quick stop here in Alamo at Sinclair. Just needed to stop because we're old men and had to use the bathroom. That's what happens.
Never pass up an opportunity to pee.
Exactly. Well, hello Beyonders, and welcome to another episode of Las Vegas and Beyond. Today is day one of part one of my two-part series where I go traveling with Walt, the Frontiersman Travel Adventures, just like I did back in January of this year. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to put a link up here and you can check them out. But this time we're going to go check out Central Eastern Nevada, which is really the town of Pioche and also an abandoned ghost town called Delamar. So if you want to see a haunted hotel, you want to see a ghost town, then be sure you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and welcome to my channel. Now let's get started with today's video.
See the light of the stars, hear the sound of the unseen in the empty fall.
So we've been on the road for about an hour, a little over. We stopped in Alamo, which is kind of a halfway point, and picked up some snacks. 24 ounces. That's big. Just needed to stop because we're old men and had to use the bathroom. That's what happens.
Never pass up an opportunity to pee.
Exactly. Located about 180 miles northeast of Las Vegas in Lincoln County is the town of Pioche. According to the 2010 census, Pioche's population was around 1,000 residents. The town sits at an elevation of 6,086 feet.
And you'll see the light.
Well, we finally made it to Pioche.
Though the darkness seems so strong.
Silver was discovered in the nearby range of mountains in 1864, but it wasn't until 1869 when mines were opened and the town of Pioche was founded and faced a rush of prospectors and fortune seekers. Behind me is the Pioche Aerial Tramway. Now this tramway operated from the 1920s to the 1930s, carrying ore from the mines on Treasure Hill to Goodby Mill. Built by the Pioche Mines Company, the tramway was mainly gravity-powered with the aid of a 5-horsepower motor. The weight of the ore in the full buckets going to the mill pulled the empty buckets back to the bin.
Mercy's born between the days, and you'll see the light. Though the darkness seems so strong, in the deepest night, let love lead you home.
So I just checked in. Room was $124 a night, and you get a physical room key. So I know we're so accustomed to getting those card keys, but there it is, room key. Room 14, which is next to room 10. Now room 10 was the place where the Navy SEAL felt paralyzed. In other words, he was sleeping and he couldn't get up. Try to move, scream, nothing. So let's go check out the room. We found out tonight that a paranormal group will be staying here. In fact, they rented out all the rooms right near mine.
Sir,
Am I losing something?
no, I thought I saw something standing by you.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's a shadow.
Okay, let's hope that's all it was. I don't know.
Boy, it was scared. Was when I saw that. Boy, did you see it?
So here we go. Oh, are you talking about that one, those YouTubers?
Yes.
Where he mapped it to the wall and you could see
And
it.
then it went into there.
Oh, that was the corner right there.
Yeah, so here we go, into room 10. Ooh, perfume smells like alcohol. Oh, wow.
Hey, the lights aren't working in here.
Is that where the Navy SEAL was? Was it this room?
Yeah, they said it's the first bed
Okay.
in this room, but the lady over at the Silver Cafe used to be the housekeeper over here, and she said that 3 people it's happened to.
3 people were paralyzed in
Yeah.
this bed right here.
I guess they're awake, but they can't move.
Okay.
Right? Wow.
This young brave soul is gonna sleep in that bed.
Let's see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
He'll probably sleep
Man, it
like
does.
a log.
It has an odor.
I'll put a link down below to the story about the Navy SEAL who stayed here. So link down below, check it out. But this is the bed. Nice room. Let's go do the room tour. A little sitting area, table for 2 with a view of Pioche. Isn't this interesting decor? But this hotel has themed rooms, and this is the fishing hole room, so welcome. This looks like a queen-size bed with a comforter, which is weird because most of the hotels now don't put the comforter on. It's just the sheets and blankets in a cupboard. Chest of drawers and a fridge. Okay, kind of sticks, but salmon swimming upstream, jumping upstream. This is a passageway that leads from the bedroom to the bathroom, where you can see microwave, coffee maker, ice bucket, sugar, of course, trash can, and finally the bathroom. Mirror, sink, and of course the toilet. I don't know, it's a decent size. I remember watching Sleepless in Las Vegas, one of his hotel stays on Fremont Street, and the bathroom was kind of packed in there, but this one's got plenty of room, so. And I guess if you stop up the toilet, you could use an oar or a paddle to unclog the toilet. Last but not least, the shower, and no ghosts. It's a shower tub combo. What can I say? So that's it for the room tour. Let's go head downstairs. We're gonna go meet up with Walt, grab some dinner, and explore the rest of Pioche, or at least what we can, before it gets dark. If I didn't say it before we started, those nice people are the ones who are doing their own self-guided ghost tour. And they let Walt and I actually go into room 10 with them. So that was nice. What'd you think, Walt? What did you feel?
I didn't feel anything, but when I first started to cross the threshold of the room, I smelled something really sweet, like a perfume smell. And I asked the lady that was behind me if she smelled it. She said yes, she did smell it too. We went in, looked at the room, come back out, nothing.
Yeah, see.
So that's weird.
And when I walked through that area, I got this really strong smell of Southern Comfort. Now, it may have been because I got sick on Southern Comfort when I was younger, but that's what I smelled. There's something about being in a saloon and drinking a beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. This Coors beer is really good, but it might be just because I'm thirsty. One thing about this bar or this saloon is the bar top, the cherry wood, is actually the only original thing from the Overland that didn't burn down. So they refurbished it, and I guess it was stored somewhere else, and they brought it back here.
And I'm also worn out from climbing up the top of the mountain.
Once we finish our beers, we're gonna go head to the back where there's still some of the remnants of the old miner rock houses. That'll be pretty cool to see. But first, we're gonna go check out the dance hall because that's also haunted. Walt's a lightweight. He's still nursing his beer. I already finished mine. So let's go check out the dance hall, and as a precursor to what we'll hopefully see tonight, some ghosts. Originally, the Overland Hotel sat just around the corner from its present location, but but during the 1940s, a restaurant fire wiped out most of Pioche. The original Overland burned to the ground, but was reconstructed in 1948 at its current location. During the 1948 reconstruction, the entire bottom floor initially operated as the dance hall and a grocery store. Then in 1996, the property was purchased and the new owners completely renovated the hotel rooms. This dance hall and the saloon are part of the original 1948 reconstruction along with the hotel rooms. Wait, I think I see an apparition. There it is. It's the apparition of Walt. Now we're going to go ahead to the back of the Overland to find this miner, rock homes of the miners. Sounds like a football team, the homes of the Pioche rock miners. So here we are at the rock house that a miner lived in. In the 1870s, Pioche became known for its gunfights and lawsuits. In fact, nearly 60% of homicides reported in the state of Nevada during the 1870s occurred in Pioche. Wasn't that worth the 3-hour drive, Walt? I mean, came all this way just to check out that miner's house. We're gonna go head over to the cemetery now before it gets too dark. Over $5 million in ore was extracted by 1872, and by 1900, Pioche was nearly a ghost town. Fortunately, Pioche survived by being the government seat and supply center for Lincoln County. Over my shoulder is Boot Hill Cemetery, and yes, there's at least 2 others in the United States, but this Boot Hill Cemetery, now they say that over 72 people had died and been buried here before one person died of natural causes. And in here is an area known as Murderers Row, so they segregated the murderers from the townsfolk. We're gonna go check out some of the tombstones and read the markers, because I heard that there's some that are really interesting. Oh, look who's over here, Walt again. This is probably the most interesting marker, and this is of Morgan Courtney, 1844 to 1873. So he was just 29. And it says, feared by some, respected by few, detested by others. Shot in the back 5 times from ambush.
Ambush.
It looks like ambush. This one and a couple others are the only ones where you can actually read the headstones. So another interesting thing is that this is still an active cemetery. Some of these headstones were just as recent as 2008 that I noticed. A lot of the markers are faded, so you really can't read what's on them. Right behind me is the marker for the Chinese immigrants that worked the mines here in Pioche. You can see that they didn't get their own tombstones. All they received was this. And there's a plaque down there that is now crushed. You can kind of read it. As Walt said, it's kind of humiliating that this is all that they got for helping settle the West. This is the rest of the tramway. It goes over the hill and to where you saw the original drone footage of the mine. But yeah, it makes it all the way up the hill, over, comes down through this valley, and then ends up over at the Godby Mill. In all honesty, I think I've really enjoyed the Tonopah Cemetery, which sounds weird, enjoying a cemetery, but I think it felt like there was more history. One, because they had to close it after a few years, just because it kept getting washed over. You were limited to the people who passed away during that time frame. Here, you have from the 1870s up to 2008. It is interesting, but I still think Tonopah is my favorite. Just left the cemetery and we are gonna go eat at the historic Silver Cafe. Just got seated at the historic Silver Cafe. They do have steaks and breakfast. We asked the server, what does she recommend? She said the Reuben, and I do like pastrami, so I'm thinking I'm gonna order it. There's the menu, lunchtime. So lunchtime is served from 11 to close, which is I think 7 p.m. And if you can't read it, I'll just make a bigger one. They also offer salads. and specialty pizzas, chickens and things, sides. I think Walt's gonna opt for nachos. Walt, you doing the nachos?
I'm gonna try to do nachos and a sandwich.
We finally ordered. It took a while to order, but they apologized. So I decided I would get the Reuben because I like pastrami, I like sauerkraut, I like Swiss cheese, and it's toasted rye. Walt, what did you get?
It's been so long since I ordered
The beef dip?
I started to get the French dip, and then I switched and got the El Diablo burger. So yeah, I remembered because we're gonna have breakfast after we eat. Okay, so.
Walt's right. Did I say we were having dinner? This is breakfast now. You missed the time lapse. Sorry, we're still waiting. All right, so here's my Reuben. You can see the pastrami is got a nice little sear on it, enough sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and the Thousand Island on toasted rye. Let's see how this is. It's really good. Here are my initial thoughts on this sandwich. There is a good amount of sauerkraut in here, and when I say good enough amount, it's not overpowering sour. The pastrami is really well done. It tastes like they actually grilled each piece, so it's not just a slab of it. It's got a little bit of crispiness. The Thousand Island dressing is perfect, not too much. The Swiss cheese isn't not sharp. It all works really well together, and the rye is really good. They didn't over toast it. It's not like Captain Crunch cereal where it scrapes the roof of your mouth. That's a tongue twister for me. Really good. I don't know if I drive 3 hours for this. For my side, I got the zucchini sticks with the side of ranch. It's a really thick ranch too. Some ranch is real watery or runny. This one, it reminds me of Elmer's glue wall. Right, look at that. It's not going anywhere. Zucchini spear. It's good. The breading's not overly breaded. It's got a little bit of a pepper to the batter. You can see it's a thin batter.
Everything so far.
It's really good.
Good.
Zucchini sticks are really good.
Good.
Now we're either really hungry or it's really good. Because we really didn't eat much. We stopped, got snacks, that was it. And it is 6:30, so we're probably a little hungry too.
One meal a day.
Yeah, our one and only meal of the day. All right, so Walt just got his burger.
This burger is very good. The beef is excellent. All the veggies are actually really fresh. So you got the lettuce and tomato, and you got the crunch of the lettuce. The bacon is crispy. The jalapeno is not too hot. It all works. It's a big bite. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite just for Alan. See if I can get some more of this stuff. That's really good. Really good, guys.
So I did finish my food and ate most of the bread. The zucchini sticks were really good. They weren't super hot, as in burn your mouth. Not a bad deal, $12. I think we're done with dinner. We're gonna go head back to the room, maybe meet up with the paranormal people, or go back to the cemetery at night. We haven't quite decided. We may even do a live stream. Hang tight, guys, and make sure you hit that like button. It's beautiful out, though.
It is. It's cooled off too, so that's nice.
Is that an old schoolhouse? This is the firehouse, the Pioche Firehouse. Original company, established in 1864. Heading back to the room real quick, it cooled down. I checked the weather and 74 is the high, 39 is the low. And at this altitude, it's 6,000. Yeah, it gets cold here. I put on some warmer clothes, vest, pullover. Let's go find Walt and go check out the rest of Pioche at night. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. We're gonna go walk around and see if we see anything or hear anything. I think that's gonna do it for us. We've been out here about 15 to 16 minutes. The wind is constant. It's not gusty, but it's making it hard to hear anything besides the wind blowing. We can hear the lines overhead from the aerial tramway, and you can hear some dogs in the distance, but nothing else. So Walt did go by several of the headstones and talk to them, reach out to them. Sometimes nothing happens when you're expecting something to happen. Anyway, well, that'll do it for Boot Hill Cemetery. We're gonna head back. Don't know what we've decided, if we're gonna grab one more beer or something, or try to find some karaoke in the town of Pioche.
Yeah.
So a little karaoke. And thanks again, guys, for jumping on the live stream. Can't thank you enough. Appreciate it. And your support means everything. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, which is about an hour past my bedtime. So that will do it for day one here in Pioche. Didn't see really anything in the cemetery, so I really won't know if we heard anything until I edit. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to give this video a like. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button down below and ring the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when I upload new content. And don't forget, stay tuned for part 2, where we head out to the town of Delamar, which is an abandoned ghost town, and we'll probably make a stop along the way, because if you know Walt, he likes to look at everything and explore anything. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Well, hello Beyonders, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to an episode of Las Vegas and Beyond. Today is day 2, which is part 2. So in part 2, we're gonna finish exploring the rest of Pioche, and then head over to the town of Delamar, which is an abandoned ghost town. So if you're new to my channel, please think about clicking on that subscribe button down below. 1873.
And you'll see the light, though the dark